How well are we enabling children to express themselves? How well are we enabling them to learn? How well are we firing their interest in anything and everything around them and enthusing them to better themselves, to reach forward, to try new things?
Pupil voice has moved on tremendously, right the way through to influencing learning, shaping learning, the whole personalisation agenda, in order that young people can have that contribution, have that input to trying to shape their own learning.
We've got to a very exciting day today in our week of Task Wheel project. Why have we been thinking about chairs this week?
Mrs. Mudd's going to buy us a big chair to go in the playground so in the summer we can read stories.
Whose very special job is it to make the storytelling chair?
Us.
Us. Our job. Our job to design and make the chair.
My experience of a lot of 5- and 6-year-olds is they do think learning is important. They do want to learn, they want to explore things, they want to adventure. But I think sometimes you have to structure their learning.
Sometimes they don't even know what they've done really. They've just had fun, or they've made something and they won't have realised what little box that might tick, that they'll have achieved something meaningful. In fact, sometimes they don't even know they've learnt anything, so they just think they're having lots of fun, especially when they're still in foundation stage. It was just play, play, play. They don't realise what they're doing is actually achieving something, learning something.
I have a 5-year-old who is very easily led, so if a teacher leads her in a certain direction, she will follow. So if a teacher encourages her to plan her ideas out and try out new activities, then she will try out new activities. If she isn't encouraged in that way, then she will just play with her dollies and she'll stick with what she's safe, what she feels comfortable with, and she won't necessarily challenge herself.
The project is around using the task wheel as a tool, really, to then be able to look at what the children are learning and look at how they take their own learning, because especially in the foundation stage they've had a lot of child-initiated learning where they've driven really how far they want to investigate something or what they do with things. But really, are we still shaping the learning too much, or do we sit back and let the children take it off in its own direction?
It tells us what day we have to do it, what we have to do on that day, how we do it, how well we've done it. You start at the orange bit and then you do what it says. We have to write down what we know about it. It says what is the task and the teacher says what you have to do. And then on the next day it says how many ideas can I think of, patterns and things that we want carved in. You go on to the blue one, which is the best idea, and then we've got to talk about it to your friends. So you've got to talk about it until you understand. Then you go on to the dark blue one. I like doing things and making things, so I like the let's do it. And I like to know how well did I do. We have to tell someone about what ideas we've done, and then you talk about what you've learned.
On Monday we did this orange bit, didn't we? What do I know about this? Did we design the chair on Monday?
No, we did it yesterday.
We did. So what happened on Monday? What did we need to do?
We need to write about it and know what it was made of.
Which part do you think we have got to? Samuel.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The task wheel goes round and round, and the bit that you're on, you've got to do it. It helps us if we look at it and we think about it, and if we look at all the colours and we read all the words.
I wouldn't use voice and influence as a term within school, because it's just an accepted part of the way that we work, is that everybody's voice matters.
If people want to sit on it, you want to make it really strong. Because that's why we've done really hard sellotape on it, not just sellotape. It helps us to learn to get us thinking, to make it get better and
have to respect the children. They are teaching me as much as I'm teaching them.
Can his feet touch the floor? No. Do you think it's comfortable for Grandad? How's he going to get out of his chair?
Relationship is vital because it's about how you engage that child. It's the human interaction that I might have with you, that you might have with somebody else, multiplied 32 times. I think the task wheel has enough scope for you to take it in its rigid form, and children still learn through it, but I think it also can be taken quite loosely, and the children can run with any area of it as you can when you take any other kind of framework. I think that's to the discretion of the teacher, and I think you need to understand your children and know what you're trying to get out of it. And in anything that we do, not let that be the guiding force, but let the children be the guiding force.
Does it work?
Yeah.
How do you know it works, Millie?
His feet is touching the floor.
His feet are touching the floor? Are your feet touching the floor when you're in your chair? Yes, so that must be a good reason. And what about his back and his bottom? Are they in the right place?
They're fitted.
They do? The chair is just the right size, isn't it? Why did you choose not to put any legs on your chair?
Because they have studs.
Studs instead.
Yes, it's clearly to do with motivation. Yes, it's clearly to do with embedding learning. But it's also about that empowerment. It's also about that, the development of their own oracy and literacy skills, the decision making, that active buy-in as well. Now, ultimately, what we all need to aim for is that this type of approach continues from phase to phase, and then certainly through to secondary.
This week, we have gone all the way round our task wheel. I want to know whether you understand what we've been doing. Stand in the part of the wheel, the outside bit, where you think we started on Monday. Great. They have shown that they are planning, reviewing and doing almost at the same time. We've tried to compartmentalise it to some degree in that we've said we are definitely planning by looking at chairs. In the whole time that they're doing that, they are also thinking, I will make my chair to look like that. And, or no, I won't because I don't like that. So they're already making those decisions. It's intrinsic in the whole process.
I'm really fast at doing work, and I always get it finished in 10 seconds.
You are very fast at doing work, that's true. I think it's very interesting what Lily's saying. Do you think we could have fit all this into one day?
Yeah, that would be easy.
Do you think it would? Maybe we should try. What do you think?
If you can get young people who are rational thinkers, who are articulate, who can make active contributions to directing their own learning, then they stand a good chance of developing those skills to become active citizens.
We're not isolated human beings, are we? We need to learn to socialise. So there are so many things that children have to learn all at the same time, but they do because they're amazing. Shall we put this chair here to remind us that that's what we did then? It's a beautiful chair. Their sense of review was, if I did this again, I would do this, and that's their acceptance and sense and understanding of review. They're saying, if I did this again, I would change A, B and C, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about refinement, and I've tried it, this was brilliant, this wasn't so next time it will inform my understanding, it will inform my learning, it will inform my actions.